Hi, and welcome to CUTA. In today's session, I would like to talk to you about the Bible, and I refer only to the King James Bible, although, as I said in my introduction, I also will use the Gospel according to Thomas because I think it's more authentic in the sense that it was written while Jesus was alive. So those teachings are the most dominant for me, and hopefully they will become for you when you see the depth of them as we go through them when we approach them. But today I just want to give you an overview of my feelings and thoughts about what the Bible really is. From my point of view, it is a handbook to higher consciousness. And it begins with Adam. And from one point of view, we're all at the level of Adam. We don't understand what's really going on in our subconscious mind. Because, as God said, name the beasts of the field so you can have dominion over them. Well, this is the field, and the beasts are doubt and fear and greed and lust. These are all kinds of things that are running around in here. A little bit further into Genesis, God says to Abraham, or Abram before he becomes Abraham, to leave the land of your father and I will show you a land of milk and honey. Well, the land of the Father, again, is consciousness. We need to give up the concepts that we have been taught, man-made teachings that are not based on God's laws, but man's laws and man's interpretation, which is not necessarily clear. In fact, Jesus said here, stop following the blind. They don't understand, and what they're teaching is not understanding. Okay? The land of milk and honey, when you look at milk from a symbolic point of view, it represents sustenance. And honey, obviously, is the sweetest kind of life you could possibly have. So going from here to a new level of awareness, which is the Christ level of consciousness, that will take you to a land of milk and honey. So the entire Bible has all kinds of stories, all kinds of analogies and metaphors to help you understand. Some are very direct. Most, like what Jesus said with his sayings, do my sayings. He didn't say believe in me. That's man's doing. In fact, in the new Bibles, and I brought this up in my introduction, in the new Bibles, that's what it says. It also changed the teaching where Jesus said the kingdom is within. Now man wants you to believe that the kingdom is amongst you or amidst you. Well, those are external terms. Be that as it may, it is an inward journey. Join me in our Bible study classes where we will examine what's in the Bible and give you an energetic or symbolic, my favorite word, interpretation of what it truly means. That way you can begin to see how you too can achieve that Christ level of consciousness. Remember, Jesus said, many will come and do the works I do, even greater works. So why hasn't anybody showed up? Simple answer is because they have not been taught how to have eyes to see and ears to hear. And here are a couple of passages for you to look up so that you can see what it is that God said and what Jesus said in relationship to having eyes to see and ears to hear. Sign up for our newsletter. Look for our seminars and webinars around the country, and join me in our Bible study group, which will be online and completely free. So when you sign up, we'll let you know when and how to participate. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Have yourself a fabulous everything, and God bless and be well. Take care.